This is the Fox 5 News Block.
A marathon that keeps on going. 20 hours and counting. New Jersey Democratic Senator Cory Booker giving a speech on the Senate floor in protest of tariffs being imposed by the Trump administration. And he's nearing the record for the longest filibuster in American history. And Wendy Williams greeting supporters from her window as fans and co-workers rally to end her guardianship. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Antoine Lewis. Welcome to the News Block. Those stories in just a moment. But first, let's take a live look outside right now on an absolutely stunning day. But it's a little chilly out there, Audrey Pointe, as we talk about the forecast.
That is true, Antoine. That picture is misleading because it looks beautiful outside your window, but when you step outdoors, we have a bit of a chill in the air. Right now, the temperatures are in the 50s across much of the area, a bit cooler than it was yesterday. However, these numbers are close to where we should be for this time of year. Our normal high in Central Park is 56 degrees. We're in the 40s in Sussex and in Monticello, and these temperatures, again, as I mentioned, much colder than what we experienced at this time yesterday. Almost 30 degrees colder in parts of New Jersey right now. The winds are also getting our attention too. Right now, they're pretty much sustained between 10 and 20 miles per hour, but they're gusting as high as 25 in Central Park, 26 in Newark and down the shore in Belmar. 29-mile-per-hour gusts being reported in Islip, and that northwest wind direction is ushering some colder air that's settled in over the Great Lakes. That's pushing eastward. So tonight, our temperatures will take a big drop. In fact, we'll go below freezing in some of our suburbs by tomorrow morning. In the meantime, we have plenty of blue skies out there. No rain is being picked up on the radar, and we're expecting to stay dry for the rest of the day. A couple of high thin clouds rolling through parts of the Hudson Valley. Now they've kind of fizzled out. So again, we're left with plenty of sunshine as high pressure is our dominant weather feature here in the northeast. So as we move along through the rest of the day, we're expecting sunshine until it sets tonight. Temperatures will hover around the low 50s to mid 50s across the region. Tonight will go mostly clear. Our temperatures again take a big drop. We'll be down into the 30s in the city, some 20s in some of the suburbs, and then we're going to take the roller coaster up, and temperatures are going to be above normal yet again. I'll let you know when that will happen coming up. Antoine?
Up and down. All right, Audrey, thank you so much. To D.C. now on a live look at the Senate floor as New Jersey Democratic Senator Cory Booker continues one of the longest speeches in Senate history, 20 hours and counting. Booker took to the Senate floor Monday night to denounce the tariffs from the Trump administration and is still on the Senate floor at this hour. Now, in addition to tariffs, Booker also expressed concerns about possible cuts to Social Security, but the bulk of what he's been addressing is the impending tariff announcement coming from the president tomorrow, which he says have American families caught right in the middle.
This drives the cost of goods up, and the consumer is the one who ends up paying the increase. A lot of families are food insecure, wondering where their next meal is coming from. A lot of parents go without so their children can eat. Food pantries and banks are scrambling to meet demand. Something needs to be done so families can survive.
The White House says the tariffs the president is expected to announce on Wednesday will be reciprocal tariffs, basically taxes on foreign imports. Trump says it will protect U.S. industries from unfair foreign competition. Booker is roughly 4 hours away from having the longest filibuster in American history. Also developing in Washington, federal health and human services employees began receiving dismissal notices today as part of a major overhaul that will cut up to 10,000 people. Some of those cuts are expected to impact the FDA, the CDC, and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. The notices come just days after the president moved to strip workers of their collective bargaining rights. Supporters of media personality Wendy Williams holding a protest calling for an end to her guardianship. Williams says that she's basically imprisoned in this Manhattan high-rise that you're looking at. Now, this morning from a window, Wendy waved to Williams, to fans and former co-workers who came out to let her know that she is not forgotten. Williams continues to fight the court-ordered guardianship, which has taken control of her finances and she says deprived her of her independence. Now, at the height of her career, Wendy Williams was making millions of dollars a year for her talk show. Here's what some of her fans told us this morning.
Struggle is against the judges. The guardians are mere puppets. Guardianship has to end.
Look at how wonderful she looks behind that glass window. She looks bright, smart. She has nothing wrong with her. This is false imprisonment. She should not be kept locked up. Free Wendy.
Why do you think there's such a big crowd out here today?
Everyone loves Wendy. They're Wendy fans. She needs the advocacy and support because otherwise who else is going to do it for her?
Williams has been living under the guardianship since May of 2022. She claims she has recently passed mental competency examinations. Developing this afternoon, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi has directed federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty against Luigi Mangione. Mangione is accused of fatally shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside of a Manhattan hotel last year. The 26-year-old suspect is facing separate federal and state murder charges. The federal charge carries the possibility of the death penalty. New York's state budget was due at midnight, but it did not make the deadline. Now, that's because an aide to Governor Kathy Hochul said Hochul is willing to hold up the state's spending plan to get two of her proposals passed. One would reform discovery laws. It's aimed at keeping cases from being thrown out on technicalities because of strict timelines. The other would expand involuntary commitment of individuals with severe mental illness who authorities believe are a threat to themselves as well as to others. We'll be right back with a look at new penalties for those who abandon trash in city parks.
It's on Friday. I'll be on the field. You're gonna be there?
Is that the football guy?
Can you give me a minute? Thanks.
So, do you have any plans on Saturday? I was thinking
Hey, is that the guy?
Dad.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Oh, I found Mr. Squishy.
Flounder.
Here, there, everywhere. Reliable internet where you need it most. Prices start at $30 per month when bundled. Go to spectrum.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Ditching trash in a green space is going to cost you a lot of green. In New York City, the city is increasing penalties for those caught leaving debris in city parks. Fox 5's Duarte Giordino shows us how the new plan even includes adding security cameras to catch people in the act.
See that sofa getting crushed? It's just one example of the illegal dumping problem growing in Bronx parks. The list of strange stuff keeps growing, like a bowling ball.
What the Parks Department has collected to date is mind-boggling. Refrigerators, household items, construction debris, bathtubs, mattresses. Wow.
Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson says most of it is construction debris, which can be dangerous for kids who play here. Some of it may have toxic chemicals or nails sticking out just feet from playgrounds. In 2024 alone, New York City parks say they cleared nearly 32,000 bags of junk like this from Bronx parks. Now the city is cracking down on people who illegally dump debris in city parks. $5,000 for the first fine, $10,000 for the second. They're also putting more workers on second shift and installing cameras to catch people in the act of dumping. Since 2023, city data shows nearly 70% of all illegal dumping tickets in the city were issued right here in the Bronx. People who live nearby say they're finding junk scattered through their parks.
They said it would have cost at least $1,000 to $2,000. So these individuals, I guess, have an economic incentive. They're saving thousands of dollars by engaging in garbage dumping, but we need to make sure that they also know that there are negative consequences that they're bringing.
As rents rise, small renovations are up, and neighbors say they're seeing more of that leftover debris ending up in parks.
This is like going to a foreign country after war and stepping on landmines.
A battle in just trying to play. In Echo Park, Duarte Giordino, Fox 5 News.
Starting today, the city will begin enforcing rules for composting, which could lead to fines for landlords if food waste isn't sorted. Fines could begin at $25 for the first offense and could rise to as much as $300 for single-family homes and bigger apartment buildings. The city has been on a composting push to keep rats at bay, as well as to reduce waste that unnecessarily ends up in landfills. Since October, the city has tried to educate residents of what's coming. Starting today, you can also call 311 to report buildings that are not helping compost their trash. Today also marks the return of outdoor dining for the season. So roadside cafes can start operating today until November 29th, but there are some new requirements. The cafes must be open air, as well as easy to move, clean, set up, and then break down. Special permission must also be granted to serve alcohol outside, even if it can be served inside the actual restaurant. We also now know the cast of Sony's Beatles movie. Take a look at this. So the 4-film project will star Gladiator II star Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney. Harris Dickinson, who starred opposite Nicole Kidman in the film Baby Girl, will be playing John Lennon. Stranger Things star and future Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four franchise, Joseph Quinn, will play George Harrison, and Barry Keoghan of Saltburn fame will be playing Ringo Starr. The cast was revealed at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. Now, there will be one movie for each member of the band. Sam Mendes will direct all 4 films. The movies are set to be released in theaters in April of 2028. A reminder now to not believe everything that you see on social media today. It is, of course, April Fool's Day, and the New York Jets, they're getting some laughs. The team says that they did some spring cleaning and are selling used practice goalposts. Now, these would make quite the statement inside of a home. The post included a link to purchase the goalposts, but the team is just having a little fun. The link reveals that it is, in fact, an April Fool's joke and offered fans a chance to have some discounted opportunities to get some new gang green gear. All right, let's take a live look outside as we talk about this weather on this April Fool's Day. Audrey, you said the picture's misleading. It's fooling us, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is. That picture is fooling us because it looks beautiful outside, but once you step outdoors, you'll feel the chill when you go outdoors, especially with the winds in play, too. High pressure's in control here, so that's keeping things dry and sunny across the northeast, but off to the west, we're watching a system that will be affecting us as we go further on into the week here. It is going to wreak havoc across the midsection of the nation. That's where we're expecting the greatest chance for some strong storms to develop. We'll probably hear more about this as the morning, or rather the afternoon progresses. And out towards the southwest, it's extremely dry and factor in some blustery winds, and fire danger is also a risk in places like West Texas over towards New Mexico and on the southern edge of Arizona as well. A look at the futurecast here at home, though, shows plenty of sunshine to be had today. It'll be here till it sets tonight. And then tonight will be mostly clear, which will allow our temperatures to take a big drop. We'll be below the freezing mark in parts of the region by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we'll start out with a mix of sun and clouds, and that will generally be the trend until the afternoon. That's when we'll see a round of rain working in across the area, probably around dinner time, and it will pass to the east of the area late in the evening and will remain dry during the overnight hours. Then as we go into Thursday, we'll start out with lots of clouds. We have another front heading in our direction, and that will give us another chance of precipitation as well. So in the meantime, for today, we're expecting temperatures to be close to normal for this time of year, mostly in the 50s across the area. And then tomorrow will be down to 49 degrees, so that will feel more chilly. As we go into Thursday, we're expecting some rain showers towards the afternoon with a high of 73, and then we're back into the 60s and then 50s as we go into Saturday.
But Audrey, look at Thursday. It's like 83 degrees. That's wild.
73, 73. We're wishing for 83.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I was trying to April Fool's you, but really? Okay, all right. You just stole that one from me. Okay. Thanks so much, Audrey. That is going to do it for the News Block for now, everybody. I'm Antoine Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us. Tune into the 5 o'clock news on Fox 5 and right here on the Fox Local app for all of the day's news as it develops. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. Stay safe.